what you gonna do? Go over there and beat them up if they give you some low quality hair? Guys, it's your girl Kiri and I'm back with another video. By the title of this video, you already know what it's about, so we're gonna get right into it. I have my phone here. That means that I'm recording on something else. Your girl finally got a camera. Praises be. I got a camera. I'm so grateful. I've been wanting a camera for the longest. I feel like once you have a camera, girl, you really take your content serious. So that's what's happening. So yeah, shout out to God because he a real one. So anyway, you see the title of this video. So is the hair industry dying? And I'm gonna answer that question after I give y'all all these talking points. I have my talking points here, so I will be looking at my phone. Sorry, I gotta get used to looking at this camera, so please excuse me if you see me looking up. Okay, so the first talking point is part of China is shutting down. So I need to let you guys know. I say I gotta tell the girlies this in case they don't know, because part of China is shutting down. I don't know if the whole country itself is shutting down, but I do know that part of it was. I don't remember the names of the cities, but girl, you need to contact your vendor if you have a Chinese vendor and be like, sis, what's going on over there? Like, what's happening? Because, you know, this affects you and your customers at the end of the day if your vendor is a Chinese vendor. If it isn't, then you have nothing to worry about. But this is why it's important to have multiple vendors, because things like these can happen. We're still in a pandemic, although it might not feel like it. And they are as well overseas, so you know these things happen. So you just got to make sure that you're on your P's and Q's and you know what's going on. So that was the first thing. China, part of China was shutting down. Like I said, you can Google it and just make sure you're keeping up with the news so you know what's going on yourself, because again, this affects your business as well. So you definitely need to make sure that you know that. The next talking point is the pandemic price raise. So a lot of people are saying that the hair industry is dying. I disagree, because as long as we have African American women, the hair industry ain't going anywhere. We love us some weave. We love getting braids. We love just hair, period. I feel like that's one thing that we don't take lightly, is our appearance. And with that being said, your hair is number one. So I don't feel like the hair industry is dying. When it comes to hair extensions, I feel like yes, there are more people selling hair extensions, but there are more people doing a lot of things that everybody else is doing anyway. So why does it really matter? So with the pandemic came in 2020, and that caused the vendors to raise the prices. Reason being because there was a demand for the product, but they couldn't keep up with the demand. So with that being said, they had to increase prices and everything like that, and it made it so crazy. And now we're dealing with inflation worldwide. Girl, I went to Taco Bell the other day and we got like 4 things, 2 drinks, and I got a quesadilla and my husband got a crunch wrap. Girl, that thing was $18. I'm like, where? Okay, so it's just everywhere you go, just notice how things are increasing slowly but surely. And there was supposed to be an inflation law signed, but I don't know if it was just pertaining to gas. But again, these are the things that you have to deal with as a business owner, and that's why I'm telling you. So yes, there was a pandemic price raise, and it kind of you know, made people realize like they're charging more, so you as the business owner has to charge more as well, because how are you going to profit? For example, everybody knows about the blue band vendor, which is K-Blue, aka KBL. Girl, their prices are so high. The quality of it, I never tried it myself personally. Before I even knew who they really were, I was going to try them myself for my business, but I didn't. But anyway, they're very popular. So as their demand increased, so that their prices, honey, and they actually have a factory. I have a representative that I speak with from their company, and I've, you know, went on a whole video tour with her, everything. They have the product, but you gonna pay them prices. And so with that being said, when a vendor charges more for the product, you have to charge more to make a profit in your own business. So I guess that's why people saying the hair industry is dying, because it's getting harder and harder to make a profit. You have to think about it. Hair extensions weren't as popular as they are now. Like, we talking 10 years ago, there are a lot of big dogs in the game, such as Kendra's Boutique, Snarl Life, Yummy Hair Extensions. Like, they've been around for years and years to come. So they've seen all of this, which this may also be new for them, but they're in a position now to where, you know, they've created enough brand identity to be able to adjust to the changes and their audience be okay with that. So that's another thing too. That was about the pandemic price raise. Now let's talk about saturation. I wrote down a lot of talking points that I wanted to that I felt were relevant to the whole is the hair industry dying thing. So this is probably the number one, the saturation. I love when people say, oh, this industry is oversaturated, or this. Listen, everything you do is going to be oversaturated, whether it's sell hair, whether it's make wigs, whether it is braiding hair, whether it is cutting grass, cutting hair. There are a lot of people. There are over 1 billion people in this world. You're not the only one gonna be doing something. That's just what it is. We have to just face the fact and call it for what it is. So with that being said, anytime you go to the grocery store, you have multiple options of that one thing that you came to buy. So just think about that. It's the same with the hair industry. People go with different brands for different reasons. So with that being said, girl, there's always going to be money in the hair industry because not everyone is buying from the same person. You might like Kendra's Boutique, and then again, you might like Snob Life. You might like Yummy Hair Extensions, or you might like True Glory hair. It just depends on your liking and your preference. It's the same when you go to the grocery store. It's not just one person making one product. So just keep that in your mind. With saturation comes you having to work a little hard to establish your brand and your uniqueness. But that's when you figure out what makes you unique from all these people. We all selling hair, but we're all not selling hair the same. What are you really selling? Because it isn't really the product. What is it? With Snob Life, for example, they sell the lifestyle of, to me, the mean girl, the it girl, city girls and all of that. So that's what they're selling. It's not about the product. It's about what you're selling with the product. So what does this product make you feel like, kind of thing. So that's another video for another day, but I just wanted to let you know when it comes to saturation, it's all about you being unique and staying in your own lane. That's it, period. I already said with the demand of hair, the quality, the prices will be higher, but sometimes the quality gets lower. The more people that find out about one particular vendor, the hair quality drops, because over there overseas, I've never lived overseas, don't care for living overseas, ain't never been over there, but you gotta think, like, they supply a lot of black businesses with hair extensions. Girl, all those people care about is getting paid. They don't care about what you gonna do, go over there and beat them up if they give you some low quality hair? No, you're not, because it's expensive. And like I said, it might be shut down, so you can't get over there anyway. All you can do is take that L and count it all joy, because that's just what this game is about. So with that being said, the prices might be higher, but you better believe the quality will be lower, especially when people find out who is a Yummy Hair Extension vendor. I see that all the time on TikTok. Who is a 7 strands hair vendor and blah blah. Because guess what? You find out who their vendors are, you go over there, then you're gonna sell the vendor, then somebody you know might sell the vendor. Now we got 50 million people on one vendor, and now they have to keep up with the demand of this product, which means that they're rushing to fill orders. It's just crazy. Just go on YouTube and research like what happens when those things happen. So with that being said, keep your vendor to yourself. I give out vendors on here all the time, but I would never share my vendor, because why would I do that? No, I'm not doing that. But I give you some good vendors though. But you ain't getting my vendor. So anyway, I am also seeing a rise in the raw hair industry. And I love that for us, because I sell raw hair myself and I love raw hair. I have worn virgin hair for years. When I was younger, I was living with my grandmother, and I would save, girl, I would do some chores just to get me a pack of pack hair. That hair is virgin hair. And we all used to wear pack hair. Now we got jobs and we grown, so we can afford to buy real hair. But there's this hair in the hair store still to this day. It's called Rio. It's in a yellow pack, and they had, my favorite was Pineapple Wave. Sorry if you hear my dog barking, but mine was Pineapple Wave. And girl, I loved that hair. I love that hair. They still sell it. If I find a picture, I'll put it up here. But that's where we come from. So now there's a rise in the raw hair industry. Like, the girlies is getting on the raw hair. Raw hair is great. It's your preference. There's good quality virgin hair and there's good quality raw hair. Raw hair is a lot more to maintain because it is raw. Virgin hair is processed hair. Okay, you don't necessarily have to do too much. With raw hair, this is literally off someone's head. Like, they clean it, but it has no processing whatsoever other than cleaning. So it costs a little more, and it takes a little more to maintain, but it is beautiful. I mean, my hair, I love my hair. We're not gonna get into that because I already told y'all what the game is, but I'm noticing the girlies is getting with the raw hair. But anyway, the girlies is getting with the raw hair, okay? And there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, there's good virgin hair and there's good raw hair. There's bad raw hair and there's bad virgin hair. So it's just your preference. But anyway, I'm also noticing in the hair industry, there is a rise in the wig making. The girlies is making them wigs, okay? And you're gonna pay for it. You gotta understand that that takes time, money, and effort if you really love what you're doing. So I don't have a problem paying a price for something quality. You pay it for designer all the time if you do or if you don't. But there's always people saying, oh, I would never pay $500 for a wig or $600 for a wig. That's you. A lot of people now, a lot of business owners have, we got Sezzle, Afterpay, Klarna, girl, all type of stuff for you to get what you want and not pay full price for it at one time. So I just feel like, me personally, I love wigs. I've been blessed in many areas. God has gifted me with so many different things that I can do for myself. So I know how to braid hair, I know how to twist hair, plait hair. I don't do hair anymore. I know how to sew hair, glue hair, but I choose not to do it anymore. It is time consuming, and the way things are going now, nah. But I know how to make my own wigs, not on the sewing machine. I still hand sew wigs. That's old school. The girlies use sewing machines now, but that's not me. You won't catch me making no wigs. Now, if I choose to sell wigs, it's going to be customized wigs that are already pre-made, or headband wigs, or things of that nature. Wigs are convenient. Hair extensions, you have to get it installed, or you can get it made into a wig. But if the wig is already made, you're just paying for the hair, the labor, and you're paying for the hair, the labor, and I forgot what I was gonna say, the third thing, but that's what you're paying for when you're paying for a wig. So that's just what it is. So I love that for the girls. I love that for us. The rise in the raw hair, the rise in the wig making, it's just amazing. And it leads me to say the hair industry is still profitable. I don't care what nobody says, as long as we are black women and we are on this earth, and we're not the only ones who wear extensions, but we're the ones who, it's our culture. Girl, we gonna wear some weave, we gonna wear braids, we gonna wear, when I say hair industry, I mean all around. As long as we have the hair industry, it's profitable. And that's just what it is, period. It ain't going nowhere. Hair extensions, not going anywhere. Hair extensions have a long history. We talking about 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years back. It's not going anywhere, sis. So don't worry about any of this. Like I said, if you do have a vendor that's in China, you need to holler at your girl and make sure, you know, everything's everything, because they are dealing with that over there. I do not personally think, I know for sure the United States ain't gonna shut down again, because we too money hungry, and they saw what it did to the economy. They ain't never shutting down again. So we ain't gotta worry about that over here. We gotta worry about that where our vendors are overseas and things like that. So just make sure you keeping in touch. That's all I have for this video today. Thank you guys for listening to my big mouth. Thank you guys for subscribing. We're on the road to 600 now. I can say 600 because girl, we passed 560, 550. Girl, we on the road to 600, and I'm so grateful. All praises be to God. But yeah, so make sure you like this video, comment down below, and let me know any other topics you have about the hair industry. Like I said, I only speak about things that I know. If I don't know about it, then I won't speak about it. Okay, so that's it for this video. Until next time, I'm out.